Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, and today I'm bringing you quite a rare car really. This is a very early, in fact the early launch period of the C-Class Mercedes, dating from 1994, and in fact back in August 1994 this was the top of the range vehicle. They hadn't brought out the C220, and being an Elegance model, it was at the time the top of the range. Now the early cars like this one, they were German made and actually a better quality than the some of the later C-classes that came to be, and remarkably this one has only covered 42,000 miles. It's got a vast folder which has got lots of information, including a video which talks through the car itself. Now you need your VHS machine to play it, but it's lovely to have. Now it's a rare colour in that only early cars were available in this malachite green, which is a stunning colour. Simply, it looks really classy and it suits a Mercedes down to the ground. Now the Elegance model did have a bunch of standard trim, and in the early days you could get a classic, you could get a Elegance. They went on to do models like the Avant-Garde, etc, etc. But it's very nice that it's so original, and surely 42,000 miles means this 4-cylinder Mercedes petrol has got a lot of life and a lot of love to give. I think they're quite an imposing car, and actually this one is in excellent condition. It's clearly been looked after extremely well. Now the early cars have the same switch gear as fitted to the Mercedes 190e, so quality all the way. And as we get behind the wheel, we start to see some very nice touches here. So for starters, we've got a nice tan interior which suits the car very well. We have an electric sunroof, an excellent sun visor. Because the car's only covered 42,000 miles, this steering wheel feels great still, lots of life left in it, it's not all worn out. There's a nice Blaupont stereo. Now this one looks like it takes a memory card, it looks like you can plug in the USB device, so it's probably a little more modern than the one that would have been fitted as a unit back in the day, because it probably would have been a cassette player, where this one looks capable of playing modern devices. And it's called a Blaupont Frankfurt, and you've even got a little remote control, so that's a nice feature of this car. We've got the electric sunroof, so no air conditioning on this particular version. There's our glove box, and the simple and elegant switch gear. Automatic, which most Mercedes are, rarely you will find a manual. Electric windows front and rear. Now remember, we're talking about a 1990 Mercedes. You didn't get much for free. Optional extras were a lot. You've also got here electrically adjustable mirrors. You've got power steering. You've got central locking all round, and there is an alarm system. Now it really is in excellent condition. It drives beautifully well. It wafts down the road. The wooden trim is called Zebrano, which looks very classy in this particular car. Let's have a close look around the bodywork together, and you'll see that whereas the car is in excellent condition, it isn't brand new, of course, and remarkably, it's hard to believe it, but this car's coming up for 30 years old. So it has a very nice front bumper. It looks to have Bridgestone tyres on the front, which look to be in excellent condition. I can't see the brand, but the rear tyres are in excellent condition too. And as I look down the body on the offside, that looks to be in good order. It has the optional boot spoiler, and to be honest, that does have a little fading to the paint, but there's a possibility a good machine polish might bring that up, but we'd like to point that out to you. Now it has an Arnold Clark dealer number plate, so maybe that was the supplying dealer. It's very nice around the back at a very low level. I've got a bit of a scuff here, but it's nothing major. This rear panel on the near side looks to be in good condition. As I get in close, there are one or two small imperfections what look to be car parking knocks. Nice tinted glass, which is green, which suits, of course, the lovely colour scheme. That's another Bridgestone tyre on the front, so it looks to have a pair of quite newish looking Bridgestones on the front. Nice to see quality tyres, of course. And as I sweep round, this near side front wing looks to be in good condition, as indeed does the bonnet. Now, if I get in very closely, I'm being very fussy here, but there's a couple of stone chips. But to be fair, this looks more like a 3 to 5 year old car, not a 30-year-old car. Oh, I've got Huddersfield garages on the number plate in the front. So perhaps at some point Huddersfield garages sold this car, and perhaps Arnold Clark may have been the supplying dealer. I'm not sure. It has Mercedes wheel trims, which were a standard fit. And I've got to say, as I step back and sweep around the car once more, I am very impressed with this colour scheme and general condition of the car. I'm going to sweep in close over these arches. You can see they're in perfect condition. And the only real little scuff here is a little scuff in the paintwork. There's a chip. That's minor. And overall, I would say the paintwork looks to be in rather good condition, considering this car is 30 years old. It certainly looks as if it's been well loved. Now, these cars go very well. They are quite in vogue, petrol cars at the moment. They certainly seem to be a little more popular than they were a few miles ago because of things like emission zones, etc, etc. So a good petrol Mercedes with just 42,000 miles on will last you many years, and I think they have a certain elegance about them, these older cars. Now, when I spoke about paperwork, I'm happy to say that we've got some Mercedes mats here, and you can see down in the door there, it looks to have some Pioneer speakers and electric windows, and there's that tan design. Now, here's a big folder. There's a lot of information about the C-Class. I'm delighted to say it has its dealer manuals, including its handbook, etc, etc. And it looks like it had a Verona. There we go. I thought that might have been the case. That was a radio cassette it probably came with when it was new. And as I look through, there's the various books and guides that we want to see when we buy a car. And I think I mentioned to you this video. Here we are. Centre armrest. And a very pleasant interior, which I'm going to pan around once more for you. And then I know that I've given you a good look around this handsome C-Class Mercedes from 1984. Well, folks, I hope this walk around video has given you a good, honest look at what this Mercedes presents like. A C220, which is a 4-cylinder petrol engine, the W202, I believe. It's rare in this colour because only the early cars would have had this paint scheme. And as you can see from my sweeping walk round, the car does look rather lovely. And being an Elegance, it does have a nicer spec. The electric windows, the electric sunroof, the central locking, the mirrors, and good new looking tyres all round. And as I look round, there's an MOT through to September. So thank you very much for watching this video, folks. I hope this Mercedes is to your liking. Please, by all means, give us a call if you would like to come and have a look at this car. We can arrange full UK transportation at a sensible price. We just need your postcode for a quote, and we can also part exchange your existing modern, classic or light commercial, All the cars we sell go through our own workshops, and they have a thorough PDI to make sure the cars are all roadworthy and safe for you to drive. Or you can come to our location here in North Hampshire, where we store all our cars. We've usually got somewhere between 30 and 40 classic cars for sale and some modern classics like this. We have a railway station in Overton. We're a 5-minute walk away, and the kettle is usually always on, so please make an appointment, come by and have a look at this car in person. You'll be very impressed how nice it looks and how well it drives. Well folks, thank you very much for watching today's video. If anyone's wondering, this door is slightly ajar because I didn't shut it well enough, so don't worry, the panel gaps are lovely. I can't see any evidence of this car ever having any paint, by the way. It just looks to have been well looked after. Thank you very much for watching the video, folks. Please get in touch if I can help you with any questions. It's Danny at Bradley James Classics, signing out.